he had, and I know the number. It was between like 10 and 15 little tattoo. But they weren't, you couldn't see them. As soon as he put on a shirt, you couldn't see any of them. The sleeve was not there, none of that.
I hear you. I'm just saying he was part of the tat community.
And I wasn't a big fan of the sleeve, but I was like, you know what? Do what you got to do. You can still wear a long shirt and cover it. You know, when you're in a tuxedo, you can't see it. So for our galas that we go to, I don't think it shows.
This is a really good point, too. Somebody texted in and said, if he grows a mullet, it won't be that noticeable. And that is a great point.
That is such a good, caring comment.
Yes.
You've been wanting us to grow mullets.
We got an easy fix for you, Virginia.
I would be so happy if you would grow a mullet. Now your husband has a mullet with a necktie. And he loves wrestling. You're like, what?
What?
Dunkin' is the official coffee of the KVJ Show. America runs on Dunkin'. The KVJ Show is now live on 97.9 WRMF.
It's time to wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ Show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Bee, so don't get her pissed. It's Jason, talks like a spaz, and he loves to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ Show.
Well, hello and welcome to the KVJ Show. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
How is it going, Virginia?
Well, I'm fighting a good fight because everybody in my house is sick.
Really?
Oh my gosh.
What do they have? Do you know?
Well, Rocco is finishing up antibiotics from his cough and all that stuff that he caught from that little kid.
Okay.
And so
Fun.
He's wrapping it up, although he was still coughing a lot last night. Panda yesterday had to go to MD now because he full-blown got it. The sneezing, the runny nose, the sore throat.
It's fun to share, isn't it?
It's so tough.
'Tis the season of giving.
It feels like when one falls, everybody starts falling.
That's what it is.
Yesterday, I was just fighting it and fighting it and fighting. I loaded up on so many vitamins. My pee was bright yellow.
It was, huh? Just glowing. Nuclear.
Yes, it looked like it was reactive.
Yeah, that's just what you got to do. Yeah, it's a tough time of year to get sick. Nobody has time to, slow down.
No, I mean, literally every day is so jam-packed with stuff that can't be put on hold.
Yeah.
It has to get done, sick or not.
I hear you. Well, unfortunately, Bird is not going to be able to join us today. If you were watching KVJ TV yesterday, you saw him hobbling around here. And now apparently his back is totally and completely gone.
Ooh.
Yes.
He threw his back out.
Yes. So that's...
He usually waits till Pa's in the park.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he waits till there's an event that he doesn't really like. So I don't know, maybe he just wanted a little bit of an early break.
Yeah, maybe the dirt of the day just got to him.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Well, I was talking to Dennys, and I said, do you have any idea, what's going on and all that kind of stuff? And he said, a couple days ago, he's kind of complaining that his back felt like it was going out. And I think part of it, because, he sleeps on the floor with his dog, because his dog can't make it up the stairs, so he sleeps downstairs on the floor with his dog.
Which can't be good.
Yeah, that might be a little bit tough on the back. That's a young man's game. I know, when you're in your teens and 20s, you can just sleep where you fall. But as you get a little bit older, it gets a little bit more challenging, just to kind of sleep on these rough surfaces.
You're rickety as it is. You should not be sleeping on the hard floor.
Right. So I think we might be seeing, I don't know if he's laying on the floor still with his back out or if he finally made it to his comfortable sleep number bed.
So what's his plan? Is he going to go get it looked at or just lay on the floor?
I think he's probably just going to lay on the floor. Yeah. And so we'll see. We may not see him to the new year. I don't know, Virginia. It may take a little bit of time. I don't know. So I said, if he has a bowel movement or anything, just call Suits. Suits will be right over.
Yeah, Suits, sorry, but
out.
that's a low man on the totem pole kind of gig.
So we're just down the street from you, so you don't worry about it. We got all that covered. So
does he have a bedpan? That's a legit question.
I don't know. You don't necessarily need a bedpan. I mean, you can use a cereal bowl or a tumbler. There's a lot of options there. So, you know.
Chewy's bowl.
Yeah, now you're getting a little fancy. I don't think we have to do all that kind of stuff. So it's going to be easier for Suits. Only got a 2-camera shot right now on KVJ TV, but we are there. You can dial it up, myself in Virginia, just like the good old days. It's on YouTube live right now.
It's the KVJ dirt of the day. It's the KVJ dirt of the day. Virginia, take it away. Cause you know we need that dirt of the day.
Well, coming up in a second, we now know what killed Chewy. And no, I don't mean Jaybird's sexy dog.
Wow, okay.
No, Jaybird's sexy dog is still alive. This is that Chewy from the Chelsea Handler show. Her little sidekick passed away.
Yes.
We now know what happened. I'll share that with you coming up in just a second. Before we get into that, Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You hit #1 on the Billboard chart for the first time ever yesterday. How exciting. A quarter century after it first came out, the song now holds the record for the track that took the longest to make it to the top spot.
That's crazy, huh? All these years, and it's taken 25 years before we finally said, okay, let's make it #1.
And it's Mariah's first #1 since the year 2008. So she was quick to post on social media yesterday. We did it.
I wonder what the record is for songs that have repeated it going to #1 the most times. And if she did it next year and went back to #1, would she be setting records if she could get this pace going?
I bet you she would.
Yeah.
Yeah, good for you, Mariah.
I'll see if we can find that answer. Like, if there been a song that's ever hit #1 twice, and it would be in separate years. Not like it was #1, then 3 weeks later it's #1 again.
Things got heated yesterday on The View. Whoopi Goldberg and Meghan McCain went at it. Now, as to be expected, they're on very different sides of the impeachment debate. And at one point, I guess Meghan was trying to get a point across, and Whoopi was done with hearing her, and so Whoopi got annoyed and shouted, "Girl, please stop talking! Please stop talking right now!" And then Meghan crossed her arms and said, "No problem. I won't talk for the rest of the show."
And did she, or?
I don't know what they did when they came back from commercial. I'm pretty sure Meghan continued to talk.
Yes.
It's just
I just can't imagine that.
So much drama.
Oh, jeez.
And finally here, yes, what killed Chewy from Chelsea Handler's show? The cause of death has now officially been revealed, and apparently he suffered a heart attack after a gastrointestinal hemorrhage. He had these acute symptoms after a bleed in his intestine, and then that's what caused the heart attack, and then that's what caused him to pass away. He was only 63, so sad stuff. And that's what's going on in your Dirt of the Day. Brought to you by the Little Smiles Holiday Toy Drive. We are in it, baby. It is kind of the last week. We're getting all the boxes picked up. If you didn't get a chance to drop off a new unwrapped toy at one of our boxes, it's okay. You can still help out. You can text to give. It's super easy to donate. Just text the word "Give Smiles" to 44321 and help us give a child in need a toy this holiday season.
KVJ not only does a radio show, but also does an after-the-show podcast. Watch or listen on kvjshow.com.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What do you got in your mind today, Virginia?
Well, I've got this tarp on my mind. I sent you a picture of it.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is what a normal person would do in this situation, but I feel like I've snapped. You ever get to a point in your life and you're just like, I can't take it anymore, and you just do something completely crazy?
Yep.
So on Saturday, Magnolia was going to have, her party, her little Christmas party, and all these kids were getting dropped off at the house by their parents. And I've had this blue tarp on my roof since September, and supposedly the roofers are coming this week to put the new roof on. But I didn't want the blue tarp to be what all the parents saw when they were dropping off their kids. They'd be like, oh, that's interesting. She's got a blue tarp. Oh, ghetto. So I went out and bought a giant white tarp, and I duct taped it on top of the blue tarp. And you really, it became not so noticeable. Like if you didn't look up there, you wouldn't notice it because it just blended in with the rest of the roof.
Okay, so that's your way of covering it up. Camouflage.
Yes. So we camouflaged it
So,
for Saturday
Yeah.
night. You couldn't really tell that there was a tarp on the roof unless you went looking for it.
right, this is good. It's
But
solved.
just note to self, white duct tape will not hold a tarp on your roof. As of yesterday, the tarp was completely hanging off the side
Oh,
of the
yeah.
house.
No.
Looking 10 times more ghetto than just a blue tarp. Now we had still the blue tarp and this white tarp like hanging off of the roof.
In fact, I think duct tape gets more love than it's due. They talk about duct tape like it is just you put it on, it's never coming off, and that's not true.
It's not true.
You get duct tape a little wet, and it is rendered powerless.
I agree. Duct tape is not as awesome as they sell it as. There's other tape that's better.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought too. So the tarp is just like now hanging.
Off the front of the house. I sent you a picture.
Oh, it's pretty unreal, yeah. Because I mean, it's just I'm looking at this and I'm like,
And now I got to get back up there.
do you have an
again.
HOA?
I do.
Okay, because I'm like anybody who has an HOA, this isn't going to fly very long
No, they're definitely going to start finding me.
because it looks
But
yeah.
it's a whole ordeal for me to get up there on the roof. So to put it up there on Saturday, it required 2 ladders. I got to get one semi-large ladder and then a smaller ladder, and I got to climb and climb and climb, and it's just
You are on your roof a lot.
I am. It's a predicament.
Yeah.
I'm going to be so happy when we finally get the new roof put on. But literally, we've been waiting for months.
If you're watching KVJ TV, I've got the photo that you sent me up there so you can see the tarp. That's what it looks like, just dangling off the front of Virginia's roof
That's not ghetto at all.
that she's trying to deal with. Yeah. So, yeah, that's some tough stuff.
It is a struggle this week. We are limping into 2020.
Yeah, Jaybird literally. In fact, he was
Literally.
limping yesterday. Today, he's not doing anything at all.
He's a straight up disaster.
Yeah, just don't even know what's going on with him. So, yeah, people are just curious. They're trying to figure out what can we get him a hospital bed? What do we do? I don't even know what you do for something like that.
I think he needs to go to a back specialist. I know I've been saying this for years and just
Yeah.
falls on deaf ears, but I mean, this is not normal.
No, he continually has back problems. I think some of it's the way he sleeps, and then I think it's past like latent injuries probably.
Did
Yeah.
he have any relief with the medication he was given yesterday?
It helps, but it's funny. It takes the stabbing feeling away, but it's still there's like a numb pain, underlying pain.
Yeah,
I think
that
that
stuff's the worst.
Real back problems. Yeah.
He's got to go. That new chiropractor that I just found up in Jupiter, Paul, he was really peaceful and very comforting, and maybe he could give him some advice. He helped Magnolia because Magnolia was just carrying herself wrong and her hips were out of alignment and she was wearing a big heavy backpack, and so he really gave her a lot of helpful tips for just life hacks.
Has he tried anything so far? Do we know?
I don't think he's gone to any expert.
Yeah.
No, just Mother Nature, huh?
She's laying on the floor and complaining,
Laying and moaning.
which is not going to fix it.
no.
Okay. Dennys, what you got on your mind here today?
Well, it's actually funny enough about back problems. You were talking on the After the Show podcast yesterday how Mags ordered this thing. I guess it tapes to the back of your neck and it tells you through an app whether your alignment or if you're standing up properly.
It's a slouching trainer. It can detect when you bring your shoulders forward and it just kind of zaps you a little bit. It's compatible with all the Apple
Really?
products. It's under $100, but if you have bad posture and it bothers you, what a great thing.
Yeah, well, so I wanted to get the name of it because I think I'm going to order it. As a person who's always worn a backpack and I sit in front of a computer, I've noticed myself slowly, like my shoulders going forward to where it's more comfortable now. And then if I stand up properly, I can feel like my body pulling against it.
Yeah.
And I want to try to train I didn't even realize it was happening until you brought attention.
And you know what we should be doing? Yoga.
Yeah.
We should be doing some yoga. You're a peaceful cat. You'd probably love the hell out of yoga.
Well, I stretch every morning. I don't
Okay.
do yoga though. I should do more of the formations.
I hear people that do it just feel so much like more free and flexible, and like flexibility is one of the major components of health.
Well, I'm so afraid. So, I mean, it has to be 10 years ago now. I was on a trampoline, and I was trying to do a backflip, and I stepped on the metal edge.
Oh, yeah.
And I pulled a muscle in my groin.
Trampolines are the most deadliest thing. I don't know how we just allow our children to just run in the backyard and start flipping around on those things.
Were you drinking?
Yes.
Yeah.
Adults drunk on a trampoline is always going to be bad.
Yeah, I know. I remember. I don't know how I'm not dead. I one time was jumping in the middle of the night, completely hammered on a trampoline, and I'm jumping, and I'm like up in the air. I'm like going, did I really jump this high? Because
I'm so good.
I'm still soaring, and then all of a sudden, bam! I got hit in the head. What had happened? I jumped up, drifted off the trampoline, rotated in midair, and then was going like a lawn dart right down into the ground. Landed straight on my head. How he did not break my neck? It probably just because I was hammered and it collapsed.
Wow.
I am so lucky. I am not. Yeah, like I'd be moving less than bird today.
Yeah, you would.
Well, I pulled a muscle in my groin like 10 years ago on a trampoline. I was
Yeah.
at the party trying to play it off. I was like, no, I'm good. And like, I was like hobbling
I'm
around.
good.
But it never healed. 10 years later, I still talk about it. It was one of those type of injuries.
Wow.
And ever since then, I've noticed, I've been really big into like, stretching my pelvic bowl and stuff just to keep it limber because I'm
Your
afraid.
pelvic bowl.
Yes, I try to. Well, he said, with your feet touching each other, kind of like crisscross applesauce almost.
Like I said, pelvic bowls for Christmas.
Yeah.
Put that on my list.
But I'm big on that because that muscle pulls, and I've managed to stretch it out over the last like 6 years of just trying to keep it, but it keeps trying to. So I don't know if that's something I actually have to go in for.
And as we get older, I think all these injuries just don't ever go away. Like every place
So
that
they get worse.
every place that you've messed up, I've heard you're gonna have arthritis in.
Well, so I think that's what's happening to Bird. He has all these injuries from when he was younger.
From his youth, yes, from the early crazy days.
And then sleeping on the floor, I think, are just aggravating it.
yeah.
Getting old sucks, y'all.
It's no fun.
He might need to do what a lot of elder people do, where they have their bedroom on the first floor. He might need to get that.
We're gonna get him one of those hospital beds.
Yeah, I think he's going to need to switch it up and probably take his, studio upstairs and maybe put that in his bedroom and then make his bedroom down on the first floor so he can be down there with his elder dog.
Does Sleep Number make a hospital bed?
Yeah, I mean, he'd probably be fine with a
Yeah.
regular bed. He just needs a bed.
Yeah.
I just think he's like, you'd be like, dude, you are not the candidate for floor sleeping.
No.
You're past the age and you don't have the right makeup for that. So that's probably going to be the ongoing thing with him.
I'll keep checking in too, just to see where he's at.
Check on him and tell him just go see somebody. Doesn't he have health insurance?
Yes.
Why you pay all that money and not even use it
Virginia.
is beyond me.
Virginia.
They take a chunk out of my check. I don't know
Yeah,
about
they do.
y'all.
They do.
They do.
I use it.
I wanted to give a shout out here today, kind of a call him out and a hashtag be cool. This is pretty awesome when you have a platform. I love when somebody can use it. And Virginia, your Heisman Trophy candidate winner, Joe Burrow for LSU. Fighting Tigers there. He gave a speech on Saturday night when he won this award. It's called the Heisman Trophy for the best college football player is what it's supposed to be. And he mentioned the poverty in southeastern Ohio. Now, he grew up in a town that's right beside mine, and that's actually where I went to college. So I spent 4 years in that town as well, so I know it very well. But after he did that, somebody took the initiative, and they put together a way for people, kind of like a GoFundMe, to then donate to the food pantry there in Athens County, and they raised $250,000.
I saw that
Because of that.
My sister shared it because she donated.
Yeah.
She went to LSU. Her husband went to LSU. I went to LSU. So we're all like big supporters. And Joe just raised that in 24 hours.
Yeah, it is much needed, and it's kind of crazy. It's an economic area called Appalachia. And I know we've got our inner cities have their own issues too, but a lot of times you don't think maybe rural places have their own issues too. And I remember there were some people that I grew up with that didn't have indoor plumbing. So
Wow.
It's kind of crazy that kind of stuff can happen.
Good for Joe. That's an awesome thing of him to do with his celebrity.
Yeah, so I thought that was some good stuff. So people got some questions here that they want to know. Virginia, first off, for you, what's on their mind? The listener said, is Virginia still talking to her friend that made her family sick? Have you said anything to her, or did you just, let it go?
I told her that I was upset, and I told her that, it was her son that got my son sick, and that I just didn't think it was cool to drop off a sick kid and not say anything. She claims she didn't realize he was sick, that he's always coughing because he's got asthma, but this wasn't asthma. You know, when you have green snot coming out of your nose, that's not asthma.
Yeah.
That's some kind of infection, and you
That
have
is.
to go to the doctor. And
Okay, so you said
not
something,
gonna
but
make-
she wasn't like admitting that. She's
no,
like, I think
well,
you're not right on that.
I think she's still trying to say she had no idea he was sick, which that's fine, you know. But
Yeah.
there won't be any more babysitting adventures. My panda would stab me if I did that again. He is so mad
Mm-hmm.
because he traces it all back to that. Because he's pretty sure that he got sick from Rocco.
Okay.
And now he is full-blown sick. He slept in the guest bedroom last night.
Oh, geez.
With
Everybody's in a
Kleenexes
tizzy.
shoved up his nose. So he's really pissed at me about that.
Man, but good news is hopefully you burn it out before Christmas. Better now than to be actually sick during Christmas.
That's true.
You know?
We've got a big family adventure we're taking. We're going up to Nashville and Bowling Green to go visit my dad's side. So grandma,
that's
my
exciting.
sister and my brother on his side.
Yeah. You're going to a football game too, right?
We are. We're going to go see the Saints play the Tennessee Titans on Sunday at noon.
Yeah. They looked good last night. I don't know if you got a chance to
They looked phenomenal.
see last night.
I fell asleep at halftime because I just get tired. I'm too old.
Yeah.
These games that start at 8:15, I am sorry. You're not
Mm-hmm.
going to keep me to the end.
Some big news for your quarterback, Peyton Manning. His record was broken last night by Saints quarterback Drew Brees for the
Yes.
most passing touchdowns.
It was massive.
19 straight completions now for Drew Brees. That ties his career high in a game. But I think he's searching for another mighty mark. Will he get it here? Yes! Touchdown pass, 5-4-0 in the 504.
Hey, Dennys, I'm just kind of curious if you wanted to go into sports broadcasting. Just, I want to see if you can do this. Just kind of like, give me some of the excitement right here, because listen to this part of this where he's just.
Yes! Touchdown pass, 5-4-0 in the 504.
Yeah.
He's like, yes,
Yeah.
you got that touchdown. 504, 405.
Okay. Look at that, Dennys.
It's early too.
Sports announcing. Maybe we need to do that one of these days. Very nice. Well, to play some good football in the grand old state of Louisiana, Virginia. Congratulations.
Yeah, hot
there.
hand right now, y'all.
Yeah.
LSU and the Saints both killing it.
What a year you guys are having.
Hot hand.
Yep. Coming up here in just a couple minutes, got some holiday fact or fiction here for you. What do you think about this? Mariah Carey, whose song All I Want for Christmas is now #1 for the first time in 25 years. It was recorded in August of 1994. So being in the middle of summer, they had to bring in Christmas trees to try to make it feel like it was Christmas. Do you think that's a fact or is that fiction, Virginia? You know so much about this.
I think it's a fact.
You think it's a fact?
I do.
Okay. All right. We've got a little holiday fact or fiction for you. We'll find out the truth next.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
It's time to gain some knowledge. You learn more here than you would in college. We're the smartest radio station. We are the leaders in education. Is it truth? Is it lies? Kevin's the host. He's got beady eyes. Fact or fiction?
So, what do you think? Fact or fiction here, Virginia? That they recorded it in August of 1994 and had to bring in Christmas trees to try to give a little Christmassy feel because the diva Mariah Carey said it doesn't feel like Christmas. I can't sing a song unless it feels like Christmas.
I get it, girl. I mean, as a fellow little lamb, I get it. You aren't a diva, and that's a fact.
That is definitely a fact. Of course that is. It's so obvious. Throwing you a couple softballs to start off with here.
Thank you.
All right, what do you think about this here, Dennys, with Bird out today? White Christmas, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and A Holly Jolly Christmas were all written by Jewish composers.
That's awesome.
I bet that's fact.
You're going to go with the fact on that?
Yeah.
That is correct. Yes, there you go.
Ah.
Yes, thank you, Suits.
Your
you guys
people.
write the best Christmas, and you sing the best Christmas songs, too.
Oh, yeah. When is Christmas shoes on deck?
Oh, yeah.
Probably going to do that on Friday, be my guess.
Can't
Yeah.
wait.
I mean,
I
that's
hope
because
the-
that really kickstarts the holiday spirit.
The bird will be back.
Yeah.
He needs to be.
I know you don't want to miss that. What about this fact or fiction here? The phrase Merry Christmas was once frowned upon by the church since the word Mary implied that you were happy only because you were hammered. Is that fact or fiction, Virginia?
Mary, hammered. Feels right. Fact.
You're going to say hammered, love it, fact. Yes, that is true.
Okay.
In fact, they say priests in Australia still encourage you to say Happy Christmas instead. And most people in the UK will say happy instead of Merry for that reason, because they really think of Merry like,
I'm going to say Mary because I like it.
being hammered on Christmas.
Woohoo!
Dennys, what do you think, fact or fiction here? In order to visit everyone on Earth on Christmas Eve, Santa would only be able to spend half a second at each house. What do you think? Half a second at each house if you're trying to time that out. What do you think? Fact or fiction on
I'd
that?
say fiction on that one.
Gonna go with fiction? You are correct, yeah. It wouldn't be like one house every half second. He would have to visit 20,000 homes a second.
That's magic, Kevin. That's how Santa does it.
Absolutely, yeah. So a half second is about 10,000 times too long. So he's got to be a little bit quicker than that.
Jeez.
Fact or fiction here, the word reindeer comes from the fact that they're the only species of deer that can be harnessed and led with reins. What do you think, Virginia? Fact or fiction?
Reindeer.
Oh, I got you thinking now.
Yeah, you do.
It makes so much sense.
It does. But it sounds like Kevin trickling at the same time. Oh, he's so good.
Yeah, maybe I give you a gift of tricks for Christmas.
I'm going to say fiction.
Gonna go fiction. I can't stump you guys today, yeah. It's actually from the Scandinavian word herrein, which means reindeer.
Huh.
So there you go. And Dennys, what do you think are fact or fiction? Since all of Santa's reindeers have antlers, they're all males. Fact or fiction?
Oh, I think that would have to be fact, right? I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
If you were to...
Perfect sense.
Oh, Denny's, you blew
I
it.
blew our score.
Here's a little factoid here. Both male and female reindeer grow antlers.
Look at this.
Yeah, and males usually lose theirs in November, so all of Santa's reindeer actually are all female. Rudolph is a chick.
What a crazy animal.
I love it. It's good for our times.
Yeah.
You
So,
go,
I mean,
girls.
when you think about that and you watch the special, if Rudolph was really a chick, think about how progressive that special really is. Remember, he was
Yeah.
hitting on Clarice.
Yeah.
Okay. Right?
I don't think they knew.
Right?
No, they didn't have
They
fact
did
or fiction.
not know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't have Kevin.
Yeah.
They did? No, yeah. Okay, just a final round here. Let's see how you do on this. Fact or fiction, holiday edition. A popular Christmas tradition in Victorian England had blindfolded children guessing who was hitting them. Gosh, this sounds amazing.
We're going to play that in my house
Yes.
today.
Yes.
I'm going to say fact. That sounds weird enough to be real.
Gonna say fact? That is a fact. And now I know what we're doing on tomorrow's show. It's called Hot Cockles.
Oh, yes. I've heard
Hot
of this.
Cockles is the name of the game. So as soon as Bert gets back tomorrow,
We're going to make his back hurt.
we'll play a fun Victorian England game. We'll blindfold them and let little kids hit them.
I read a story about old Christmas where they were saying there was Father Christmas and then there was Father Switches, and he had a bag of switches, branches from a tree. And if you were a good kid, kind of like the Krampus, if you were a good kid, you get a present. If you were a bad kid, they take you in the middle of the square and they would beat you publicly.
Can you come over and tell Rocco about Father Switches? Because if anybody needs to know Father Switches, it's him.
Yeah. But that was the difference. You get a present or you get publicly beaten.
Wow.
It was pretty
Oh,
different.
this is fun.
Nothing in the middle.
Yeah. I didn't know Christmas has so much beating involved with it. Oh, by the way, we'll need to round up some small children for tomorrow. Play around of Hot Cockles. All right, final one here. Fact or fiction, Dennys. Bavarian children in Germany are terrorized during the holiday season by adults dressed as goat-headed Christmas trolls.
Oh, my gosh.
That sounds like fun, doesn't it?
Yeah. I hope that's fiction because that's pretty terrifying, right?
All I know about Bavarian is their donut.
Yes, that's delicious. Goat-headed Christmas trolls.
Not so much.
Not so much.
There's no way that's real, right?
Oh, you're so wrong. It's a fact.
What?
It is a
Goat-headed
fact.
Christmas troll.
Yes.
What a different tradition.
Merry Christmas. The kids are actually terrorized of Christmas.
All the kids poop themselves in fear.
Kids here in America love Christmas. In Bavaria, they hate it.
Oh my gosh.
It's Christmas again.
No, make it stop.
This seems like this might be one of those movies that's got some spoilers in it, so gotta lay low. At least until you get to see the movie this weekend. That's why you gotta go see it quick.
I don't know anything about Star Wars, but
Yeah.
that damn baby Yoda is so adorable.
Yeah.
I see him everywhere, all over my feed. Yesterday, they put him in a Drew Brees jersey, and baby Yoda had his hands up in the air.
It's the big meme now, Virginia.
It's adorable.
Yeah, baby Yoda's everywhere. That's the big viral thing from The Mandalorian.
I don't. Do they have merchandising on it? Can you buy baby Yoda stuff?
Oh my gosh, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but there is absolutely no way that they do not have.
Because I got a friend who's got a 3D printer, and he printed up a bunch of little baby Yodas, and he painted them, and I think he's giving them out as Christmas gifts or something. And I was like, wow, you better put that on the DL, because Disney don't play.
Oh yeah, no, they don't play. Yeah, they will.
He printed up, it looked like at least 30 of them off this 3D printer.
They
He-
will ruin you.
He was painting them to look like the baby Yoda, all the
Okay.
colors and everything.
All right.
I'm like, oh, take that off of Facebook.
Oh, it's kind of cool. I always love the secrets of Disney. It's such a massive empire. They do everything so right. And you're like, when you just know life isn't that magical. So how do they do it? And what are all the blemishes behind the scenes of Disney? Or just interesting little things. They seem to think of everything, including the bathrooms at the Animal Kingdom. There's this college student who participated in the Disney College program last spring and came out with a blog of all the fascinating little facts about some of the Disney parks. I didn't know this. Even if you're a big Disney fan, maybe you did, maybe you don't. The Animal Kingdom bathrooms are the only ones with entrance doors in case guests need to hide from an escaped animal.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah. I thought that was kind of crazy. So, like, if you got a rhino charging through the park,
Head for the pooper.
yes, it's the only bathroom where they've done that. And they thought of it saying, okay, what happens if we
Have an animal.
have a stampeding yak?
That's brilliant, though.
It is, yeah.
I mean, they thought of everything. They always do.
It says here, while balloons can be found in most Disney parks, you won't see any in the Animal Kingdom because they pose a threat to the wildlife there.
Good.
And if guests show up with a balloon from another park, guests can leave it outside at a little balloon daycare. That's what they have for you.
That seems like a really thankless job. The guy who's just in charge of standing there and watching the
I
balloons.
worked a little balloon
How
daycare.
sad.
It is really kind of sad. It sounds terribly boring, too. So they thought of all that, yet they haven't thought about giving Jaybird a room with a balcony where he can feed a giraffe French fries.
That's real.
Yeah, that to me seemed like maybe the one flaw they hadn't really mapped out yet.
Stupid guests can't be trusted.
Right. Yeah, that seems like the one flaw that they had there. The student also said that the Kilimanjaro Safari there is the largest attraction in all Walt Disney World and can fit the entire 171 acres of Magic Kingdom inside of it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how big that thing is. They've got so much land. They own like half of Florida.
They really do.
The Tower of Terror and Expedition Everest are both 199 feet because apparently at 200 feet, Florida law requires blinking lights for low-flying planes. So they knocked it at 199, so they'd have to put those lights on it because they thought it would kind of ruin the aesthetics of the park.
That's interesting.
I thought so too. And here you go. You got to figure this would be the case. If they're going to have a little balloon daycare, they're not going to allow plastic straws. They are not allowed past the entrance at Animal Kingdom. So you have to swap them out for paper ones at the entrance.
Okay.
So you leave your balloons and your straws there. Do you come back and claim a straw?
You can tie it to your balloon.
Yeah, I think I had a straw. It was one of those 6 right there. I don't know. Just anyone's fine. Anyone's fine. And you probably knew this. They don't sell gum in the parks. That goes all the way back to Walt Disney because apparently he was taking his daughter to a theme park and there was chewing gum stuck on everything.
On the ground.
Yes.
And stuff. I agree. I think it looks terrible.
Yeah, and so that was one thing you wouldn't do. So I always love that. I always love, too, when people who've worked at Disney parks always text us, like, other interesting stuff.
Yeah,
that we don't know.
Insider info is always the most fascinating. Mm-hmm. And now you know where to hide in case a rhino's coming after you.
Run to the bathroom. Somebody said in a text here, yeah, Target has Baby Yoda merch, but it's not available until January and March.
Interesting. I thought that was the case because my friend is like majorly breaking the laws and the rules. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, how crazy. And he's putting it on Facebook. Like, this cat
Yeah,
is ballsy.
that is. Yeah, they're going to get him. Yeah, he's going to say goodbye to your friend.
Like, they might kill him.
Yeah, quietly.
Be like, what happened to my friend? I haven't seen him in a few months.
As much as they think of everything, how did they not think of that?
Why wouldn't they have Baby Yoda merch?
Because it's viral now. Like, and
At Christmas.
Not to say that nobody's going to care then, because it'll still be big. But I mean, it's big now. You're right, with the holidays.
It's the hottest little meme going around, and every kid loves it. So why wouldn't you have it available for every parent to buy?
Did
this
Disney
holiday?
actually finally mess up
How are we smarter than Disney on this one?
on this one?
Just one.
Yeah.
You missed the boat.
Wow. Okay. Fascinating
You
stuff.
always strike when the iron's hot.
Yeah. It's weird that they would miss one. Maybe they just got too much going on.
Maybe.
They missed this one. So apparently you can do that. You just cannot profit off of. That's where they have a
You can make
problem.
3D figurines.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So if you want to do that, have your own little battles, which I'm sure Jerry Bird would.
Oh, my
so
gosh.
They could print him up Baby Yoda.
He would love to
Yeah.
connect with my friend.
Now, as far as why they don't really have a mass amount of Disney-sanctioned Baby Yoda toys out right now, this makes sense. Somebody texted in and said, yeah, Baby Yoda was a huge secret that wasn't revealed until the first episode of The Mandalorian. And it was more important to Disney to keep him under wraps than to risk his image getting leaked through merchandise production. They would have had to start fabricating in August or September. And somebody had been like, oh, look what's going on here, little Baby Yodas. Somebody did say that Baby Yoda hoodies are on Facebook and stuffed animals too. And somebody said they have Baby Yoda toys online at Hot Topic. So maybe there is some stuff you can get if that's something for you.
But is it bootleg Baby Yoda?
I don't know. That's a
what
good
I
question.
like.
Yeah.
I like bootleg Baby Yoda.
Bootleg baby. And this is kind of cool, too. A little secret of Disney Park. Somebody said, if you see a cast member in a referee uniform, it means they're escorting a VIP.
Oh.
Very fascinating. Okay. Really good stuff. Thank you very much for all the info. You can get us yours. 877-979-WRMF.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away, because you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
Well, coming up in just a second in your dirt, I'll tell you about what they had to do to the Cats movie to make it family friendly. Of course, Cats wants that family cred, and they want people to go out and see the Cats movie and bring their kids. But they had to do something to make it family friendly. Coming up in a second, I'll tell you what it was. Before we get into that, Gabrielle Union is not being quiet, and I gotta say, we are very proud of you, Gabrielle Union. She spoke on a panel on Monday morning and urged the crowd not to be that happy person of color that does the bidding of the status quo. And by that, she meant like, don't let someone treat you wrong and different and just take it because you want that paycheck and you want to be a part of that team. You have to call them out by name and say exactly what's going on here. And she feels that she was fired because she complained to NBC and to America's Got Talent producers about racially sensitive situations where people were not treating her the way they were treating other people. And men, other men on the set as well. So she's saying, look, females and especially women of color need to stand up and not take it. And she said, as long as I have air in my lungs, I will try to make sure that the needs of the most marginalized are met. So good for
her.
you. Tekashi 69 is having a kind of crazy week. So sources at the federal detention center where they're holding him says that he is feeling the pressure of his sentencing hearing. It's going to be tomorrow, and the court basically now will decide how long he'll be behind bars. He cooperated with the feds, but remember, he just got on the stand and he snitched his little heart out. Like, he rolled over on all kinds of gang members and really, really bad dudes in order to get himself a lighter sentence. Will that work out? Well, only the judge knows, and tomorrow that judge will make the decision. If he faces the maximum, it could be 47 years in prison.
Wow.
So, wow, that is
Good.
crazy. How much will be shaved off of that 47 years for him snitching? And then when he comes out of jail, will they kill him almost immediately?
Right.
It'll be a fascinating
Nowhere to
thing
go,
follow.
Virginia. Nowhere to hide.
Ooh, I would be very afraid. Either way, you're in jail or you're a marked man.
Mm-hmm.
Scary. And finally, here, as promised, the new movie Cats is coming out. They are plugging it everywhere. I've seen the commercial for Cats like 87 times. Star-studded. You got your Jennifer Hudsons, your Taylor Swifts. I mean, it is huge. Jason Derulo is also in the movie. He plays in the feature film as Rum Tum Tugger.
Rum Tum Tugger.
That's the name.
His last name's Tugger?
Tugger.
Okay.
Ironically, they had to CGI his crotch area because they felt it was not becoming.
We're just adding to the legend of this Jason Derulo here.
I mean, Jason Derulo has gone from just being awesome and talented.
and how tough is that job?
Oh my God, he is now the most sought after. Like, chicks are going nuts.
So, what did you do at work today, honey? Oh, I CGI'd out Jason Derulo's dong.
A lot.
A lot.
So, yeah, if you go to see the new Cats movie, don't worry. You're not going to see the full scariness of the real beast. Apparently, they went back in and CGI'd it to be smaller.
Wow. Okay. Meow.
And that's what's going on in your Dirt of the Day. Brought to you by the Holiday Toy Drive. Little Smiles needs your help. We've got a big goal. We want to raise $75,000 in gift cards and toys for kids this holiday season. There is such a tremendous need. All this week we have been out delivering. We're still going to be out right up until Christmas, and we could really use your help making sure that needy kids get toys this holiday season. It's so easy. Just a small donation will help. $10, $20, whatever you can spare. Text Give Smiles to 44321.
The celebrity birthdays that we have today, one has actually got a Star Wars theme here. If Jaber were here and not laying on his floor with his back thrown out, not sure how happy he'd be. Ryan Johnson is the name of the person. He's 46. He was the director of Star Wars The Last Jedi, which Jaybird absolutely hated. I've talked to a couple other Star Wars dorks too, and they say it's terrible. They're not fans of it. Now, here's the bad news, because J.J. Abrams is doing Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, the movie coming out this weekend. You're going to see a lot of hype for. And then the next trilogy goes back to this guy, Ryan Johnson, which apparently is ruining everything Star Wars. So congratulations. He's got the next 3 coming out. So we'll see if he can finally, once and for all, kill all the Star Wars. I know a lot of fans seem to feel that way. Also, Pope Francis turns 83 today, Virginia.
Aw, Popey Pope.
In case you want to get him something.
Birthday.
Yeah, it's a new hat or something. I don't
What do
know.
you give a guy that's got everything?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a
Prayer.
good question.
Pray for the Pope. He does ask
Prayer's
for that.
good.
He asks for people to pray for him, which I think is awesome.
Probably a stain stick. You know, he always wears white, and that's got to be tough.
A Tide stick.
Yeah, I mean, you know, always just you're probably needing that constantly, aren't you? Everything's white. So, yeah, that might be a good little stocking stuffer for the Pope. Also, happy first birthday to our son, Dean. Love Mama Bear and Papa Bear. He has been a part of the KVJ Nation since the womb, it says here. Thank you, Megan.
Sweet.
Also, happy birthday, my big sister Lori. We partied like rock stars at the Hard Rock Guitar Hotel on Saturday. Had a great time.
Nice job, Lori.
And even had a Brett Michaels sighting.
Okay.
Jennifer, yeah, I think I saw the photo that you sent. That was a cool photo.
That's a great way to ring in a birthday.
Yeah, it is. Also, Caden turning 10 today. That is from John.
Woohoo.
Also, happy birthday to Colton. We love you. We're very proud of you, from Mommy, Daddy, and Skeeter. And a shout out from my daughter, Juliana. Happy 10th birthday, Princess, from Mommy and Daddy. Okay. Got a birthday you want to get on the KVJ show? All you got to do is just let us know about it. It is easy to do. Just send us an email. mail@kvjshow.com. mail@kvjshow.com. Okay, so here's what we've got for you, Julie. Tell me, this is the sound of a frolicking mouse. Do you think this is a real mouse, or is this producer Dennys here? I think's hammered. Yeah, that's definitely.
That thing is wasted.
That thing, yeah. I think that went right for the fireball.
I think he's fireball. He might have smoked a little too.
No. It's hard to say.
Well, you know, the chimney's going and
Yeah.
everything else. There's just a lot of Things being lit this time of year. Okay, Julie, what do you think? Is that Denny's or Animal here?
I'm going to have to go with Dennys on that one.
Okay, is that
It feels good.
is that Denny's here?
Feels good, yeah.
She is right.
Yay!
Wow. Okay.
Got it.
How about that? Good. Yeah. Okay. All right. Stirring Mouse is very excited too. Good start to this game here. Next one is from the 12 Days of Christmas. You know that lovely song. They got some animals in there.
There's a lot.
They got French hens and turtle doves and all kinds of stuff. In
Lords of Leaping.
Partridge.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, they do a lot of animals there. I don't want to.
What the hell's a partridge?
You know, and don't give me all these animals for Christmas. I don't want the damn responsibility.
I got allergies.
Yeah,
Come at me with a partridge, we're gonna fight.
I got things to do. Who's got time for all this? So what we got here, if you've always wondered, what does a turtle dove sound like?
Oh.
We can tell you, and actually, I believe we only have two in this clip.
2 turtle doves.
Yeah, there's only two here. We've paired them off, and we recorded some audio from them. What do you think? Is this Denny's or Animal here? Yeah, you hear what they're doing there? One's kind of a baritone. One is kind of a soprano. They do that.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Okay. What do you think about that, Julie? Is that Denny's or Animal?
I'm going to go with Animal on that one.
Gotta go with Animal. Is that really 2 turtle doves there?
That is real turtle doves.
Wow.
Okay, now you know. You're gonna wonder what that sounds like. Okay, boy, I gotta tell you, you are just crushing this game, Julie. You're amazing at this. Okay, we got one more here for you. This is an actual Christmas reindeer.
Oh.
Yes, that we found out that male and female reindeer both have antlers, but after November, it's only the females that do. So any reindeer pulling Santa's sleigh had to be female, including Rudolph.
Girl power.
Yeah. How about them ladies, huh?
Oh, yeah.
That's interesting stuff. We've already learned that here today. Now we can learn the sound of a real Christmas reindeer. Denny's or Animal? Hear the jingle bells. Yeah. 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 That's definitely Santa's jingle bells.
Or Denny's on the toilet.
It sounds like struggling.
It's like after a pot of beef stew or something.
So beefy.
Yeah, that's tough. Julie, what do you think? Is that Denny's or Animal there?
I'm going to have to go with Dennys on that one again.
Gonna go Denny's on that? Is that Denny's?
She's right.
Yay!
Whoa! How about that, huh?
Clean sweep.
Wow, that is very, very impressive. Nice work there. You got it all. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. I'm very excited about
Denny's,
that.
you gotta not
Yes.
eat so much beef.
Yeah, I know.
You can cut back.
Well, Julie, why don't you go have a whole bunch of ribs? You'll sound just like that.
You're right.
That'll be the day after the rib roundup. That'll be you on March 8th.
And you gave her rib roundup ticket.
Yes. Julie, you all right in there? Everything okay? Yeah.
We all went to the rib
Yes.
roundup, and this is
Okay.
how we sound.
All right. We also got Dustin Lynch, Chris Jansen, Michael Ray, Carly Pearson, and Matt Stell going to be there. Enjoy yourself. Okay, Julie?
Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys.
You are so welcome. If you would like to get your own tickets, Rib Roundup, SouthFlorida.com, all powered by Ford. March 7th is the actual date on that you can get. Kind of interesting, the reactions going on here. Tom is not real thrilled that Leslie invited her mom down to stay for a month. She's coming down for the holidays and is going to be down here for a while. And Tom's like, okay, like you didn't think to run this past me. They've only been together, living together at least for 6 months. They've been together for a couple years before that, but he's just not necessarily into it. And is that something that you would think the proper protocol is? You do need to at least say, hey, my mom's getting some repairs done on her place. Is it okay if she crashes with us for a month? That seems to be right, correct?
Absolutely.
Yes.
In a perfect world, you talk about it ahead of time and you clear it with your man or your girl and you make sure everybody's cool and they know the commitment. But sometimes things just happen. What if mom came to her and was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm going to do, all these renovations. And she just wanted to give her mother comfort and say, hey, come stay with me. Like, that's what family does.
Somebody says, is it possible that maybe Leslie knew that Tom would not approve of this long stay and then asked the mom?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's totally possible.
But that, too, is a manipulative tactic. And if that's not, not just this time how you're going to handle it, if that's how you handle things in the future, that to me is troubling. If you're going to have a long-term relationship, that's just what she does, where she asks for forgiveness, not permission.
Well, he needs to set boundaries and say, next time, anything like this, you got to come to me and we got to talk about it ahead of time.
Yeah, if this is...
If she does it again,
Yeah.
then it's just blatant disrespect for the respect in the relationship.
Okay, we got a couple votes here. Are you Team Tom, Team Leslie on this? We got Ashley from Wellington. You Team Tom or Team Leslie here, Ashley?
I'm Team Leslie. I come from a big family, and everybody helps everybody, and family's family. And if he really cares about her, then he needs to understand how important it is that she helps her mom in a time of need. And, it's just the right thing to do.
Okay.
You know how expensive a hotel would be for even like 2 weeks? I couldn't afford it. I don't know many people that could.
Yeah. Somebody did say, though, if she's got money for renovation, she's got money for a hotel. That's typically something that goes hand in hand.
And that's not totally true. She might have not counted on paying for a hotel and thought, oh, I'm going to stay with my daughter again. I did it before.
I wonder if Leslie was like, oh, I really can't. I wonder how much of that was her mom pushing her into being going, what, you're not going to let your mom stay with you? If she guilted Leslie into it. And then Leslie's like, oh, man, Tom is not going to be thrilled. And here it is. They've been fighting for several days now on it. Megan is on here from Stewart. Are you Team Tom or Team Leslie here, Megan?
I am 125% Team Tom. I don't understand how anyone can think that it's okay to not ask their significant other if it's okay for a relative, a family member, anyone to stay with them for any length of time. Like, just even if it's happened in the past, just because she stayed for a week, maybe a few months ago, does not mean it's okay to stay for just one day without asking. Like, I come from a very big family. I love my family. If they ever want, they're from New Jersey. They come down very often.
Sure.
Even if I know the answer is yes, I would 120% every time ask my significant other, hey, is it okay if they stay for this amount of time? And if you don't ask a month, I can't imagine not expecting my mother-in-law to stay with me for a month and then finally finding out that that's going to happen without being asked. I would be livid.
Yeah, and I think, too, it all really depends upon the family. Some family is chill, and they're easy to get along with, and they help out, and they'll do dishes and things like that, and you hardly even notice that they're there, Virginia. It's a dream.
What's that like?
Right.
Oh, you notice when my family's there.
See, a lot of families aren't that way, so it starts putting a strain on everything that's going on, especially when you're trying to work. And now kind of all your regular systems are thrown off and you're like, okay, where's my laptop? Where's this? Where's that? It becomes chaotic. Yeah, it's going to be kind of annoying. And it's really interesting just how split down the middle this is because one person will text in, Tom is being a jerk. The next text is Team Tom. And John has got kind of a reality check here from Palm Springs. What do you want to say, John?
Yeah, I work in construction, and we specialize in renovations, and they never go the time that you say they're going to. You just tell that to the person to really make them feel good. Anything can happen. So that month, it could be 2 months with no trouble at all.
Uh-oh. Not the news.
It happens all the time.
Oh.
The color won't come in, the right tile,
Yep.
anything like that.
So we may here be looking at a best case scenario of 1 month to possibly much longer.
A lot longer. Because you got to think, this contractor's just not working on your house. He's working on 3 or 4, couple more other houses.
Oh, we know, you slutty contractors.
Oh, yeah.
You got your fingers in everybody's pudding. We know how you do.
Can't help it, baby. We got to make money to support you women.
That's a good answer, John.
Well, you get back to work and stop calling radio stations.
Thank you for
calling.
calling.
Off anyway.
Yeah. All right, John. We appreciate you, man. All right. Yeah, somebody said, okay, well, what's being renovated? And how's it affecting the mother's ability to live in her own home? If it's a kitchen, she can order out. If it's the bathroom, she can go to the gas station. If it's her bedroom, she can sleep on the couch.
You making mama go poo at the gas station? Come on now. That's your mother. She birthed you.
Uh-huh. Okay, yeah, it could be interesting. Now, that might be the one thing. If you're here, Tom, if you and Leslie are listening to this right now, you might say, hey, look, okay, I'll give you the month, but we got to come to an agreement. If that is true, I'm not down for like month. And is he being rude then? If he's like, I'm not down for month 2 or 3, this isn't, she's staying all season. This is, I'll give you the month. I'm not happy about it. And in the future, you got to run this kind of stuff by me.
Absolutely. I think that's fair.
Yeah. But if we get into month 2, your mama's got to go. She got to go home and she got to figure it out. We can't call Tom a jerk for that.
No, I think that's fair. I mean, if he gives her the month and then says after that she's got to figure out her own arrangements, and in the future you can never do this without talking to me, I think that's fair. That's
Okay.
her mother, people. We don't turn family away.
Okay. All right. There you go. Well, it sounds like Leslie wins the initial battle, but Tom, no extended stay is anything you should have to take on, and so might want to come to that agreement right now. They were asking, okay, what are some of the weird things that you see? Because you will have family that's going to be coming in town. People are going to be staying with you. And people do different and weird things. I just look at my family. And I can give you a profile of about 3 to 5 really weird things that they all do. And they probably do the same thing for me.
Certain family members will walk around naked, and if you're not ready or expecting it, or even if they're just in their drawers, it can be a little Christmas shocker.
So on Reddit, they're talking about what's the worst thing a guest has done while they were staying with you. Here are some of the comments. Tons of people are complaining about things like clogged toilets.
Oh.
Guests who didn't even flush at all.
Oh, what the hell?
People who flush stuff that they shouldn't. You ever see that where somebody will flush like 4 or 5 a wad of paper? You're like, how do you not know that you cannot try to flush that in a toilet? How do you not know? I mean, if you're 5, maybe, but over the age of like 15, 25, 30, how do you not know?
I think they know. I think sometimes they just don't care.
That's unbelievable. And one person on Reddit said they even saw their hefty gift in a bathroom trash can.
Oh.
Somebody went in the trash can, Virginia.
That's gross.
The lawlessness. That's the kind of stuff Tom's got to deal with.
Do you know that?
His mother-in-law.
I don't think his mother-in-law would poo in the trash can.
They say one guest shaved their very bushy nether region in the shower and clogged the tub. And then it backed up, and then the hair, kind of like starts kicking out.
Oh, that's so repulsive.
How nasty is that?
I can't.
Somebody else said another guest dyed their hair red, stained the entire sink, the floor, and the guest bed sheets.
Wow.
Why do you go visit someone and then decide to dye your hair?
That's so terrible.
Some weirdo took one bite out of every single apple in the house and left the rest.
That's terrorism.
That's not cool.
He's angry and trying to send a message. There's a deep-rooted problem there.
Somebody else said the worst thing a guest has done while staying with them, they had an uncle who would try to fix their computer and their dishwasher. Neither one were broken until the uncle got to them. And then they were.
Drunkle?
Yeah, drunkle. Yeah, got in there and broke them. Thanks, drunkle. Well, you're going to be dealing with it here before you know it. Probably even maybe this weekend. That soon, you might have families start running into town because you got Christmas coming up on Wednesday. It is just 8 days away. People like Tom and Leslie are trying to figure out some of the arrangements they've got with family that's coming in and possibly even for an extended stay. And we're talking about some of the bizarre things that you have seen or things that have happened when you let family invade your home. Somebody said that, I had 19 people at Thanksgiving one year.
Oh, my goodness. They were all staying there, or they were just eating there?
I think they were all just kind of there. I don't know. It doesn't say, but I mean, I can't imagine. How big is your house if you have 19 people staying at your place?
That's a lot.
That is a ton of people, yes. And apparently my sister borrowed my phone to call her boyfriend. Well, the conversation must have gotten a little spicy. Because she decided to send him some sexy naked photos.
From your phone?
From her phone. She didn't realize, though, that I had synced my Apple TV to my photos on my phone. And as everybody is sitting in the living room watching TV, it immediately syncs right to the Apple TV. and we saw everything that she took and posted on my phone.
Oh, my goodness. That's heavy. Oh, the drunkle loved it.
Oh, my gosh. 19 people all sitting there. Oh, that's just fun.
How dumb are
That's
you
fun.
if you're
Yeah.
sexting on somebody else's phone? You deserve everything bad that happens.
I will tell you, sometimes these technology things, they do kind of trick. You don't fully realize how everything is synced up and what could possibly happen to you. You know, we got a lot of dumb cheaters that are always getting busted kind of doing the same thing. You know, so I guess if you don't think about it, and if you don't have a phone that does that, then you may be like, wait, it did what? I took a photo on your phone and it did what? How did it wind up on the TV screen if I took it from your phone?
Just don't take pictures that are naughty on somebody else's phone.
Yes.
It's totally on you and you're dumb.
Yeah. Okay. Somebody else said, yes, my monster-in-law rearranged my bedroom and living room without my permission. She also went through 3 different closets and found things to take out and place all over my house.
Oh.
She's no longer allowed to stay here.
My gosh. That'd be so awful.
Whoa, that is, yes. And do you tell the family to say, hey, you're just banned? Or do you just always try to come up with an excuse every single time they try to come over?
I mean, you always say, we have other company already staying here.
Someone else has a story where their father-in-law came for the holidays and stayed for a year.
That's heavy.
That is insane. I mean, how does that even happen? That's crazy.
He's running from something.
Yeah, that is absolutely nuts. All right, anything else you want to share with us, you can call or text.
It's the KVJ dirt of the day. It's the KVJ dirt of the day. Virginia, take it away, cause you know we need that dirt of the day.
Well, coming up in just a second, yes, I will tell you exactly what is going on, the details about this Motley Crue tour. We had some reservations here in this studio considering, you know, the physical shape of some of the players in the game and how much it takes physically to be a rock star. Yeah, we questioned their physical fitness, and I think we're not the only ones because the band's management is making an official comment on it.
Well, here's the thing, and like I told you, is they do these tours and they charge a good bit of money.
And if I'm going to pay all that money...
Right. And I've seen, and I'm a huge Motley Crue fan, and I have seen Vince Neil not be able to sing half of his show and hold his microphone out to have the crowd sing it because he's too out of shape, he's too winded, he's not in the kind of condition you need. Because it's like look at what Tim McGraw does.
Yeah.
You know, some of these guys work out like fiends to stay in enough shape. Brett Michaels, who was just at the Hard Rock on Friday night, that dude's in phenomenal shape.
Phenomenal.
And so when you see Poison, you don't feel like, okay, I'm seeing a bunch of, you know, old pathetic men on stage. They look good.
They're doing the work.
And they can do the singing, Virginia.
Yes, they can. If you watched that Peloton commercial like all of us did, and that actress, Monica Ruiz, that just recently got a little role in a gin ad for Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Now they just signed her to have a quick role, but a role nonetheless on The Bold and the Beautiful, the soap opera.
Oh, that's still on?
Yeah, they're still doing
It's going to be a quick run because it's getting canceled.
Oh, don't say that. They're paying her a few grand for a one-day appearance just for the publicity of it. So there you go.
Okay.
Bold and the Beautiful, scooping up the Peloton chick. Kanye West and Jay-Z are apparently friendly again. They greeted each other at Diddy's 50th birthday. There's a photograph of them both smiling and shaking hands and looking like, okay, it may not be Watch the Throne days, but at least they are friends again and happy to see each other. And it's a great picture. You see Diddy in the background smiling, and then there's Kanye and Jay-Z dressed up very fancy in tuxedos, shaking hands and smiling.
He was friendly with Kanye. He was not friendly to some guy. There's video apparently of Jay-Z snatching some dude's phone out of his hands.
Yeah, some dude was trying to take video and pictures of Beyonce dancing around with her friends, and he was like, no, you're not doing that. You're not taking pictures or video of my girl. There's no pictures at this party, not by unauthorized photographers. So he snatched it, and can you blame him?
I don't know. Is that a cool move or a jerk move?
I think it's a cool move. He's being protective of his wife. And I'm sure the people knew the rules. You're not allowed to bring your camera, your personal phone out and take pictures at the party. They had people paid to be there and do that.
Okay.
I bet you there was rules.
So Virginia's official verdict, not a jerk move
I'm on
Jay-Z.
I'm on Jay-Z.
You're on Team Jay-Z
side.
on this
I
one.
am. Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
And finally here, Motley Crue is working with a nutritionist and a trainer. And they say as soon as they started the negotiations for the tour, their manager had them on the whole plan to get back in shape, trainer and nutritionist. So they're working with exercise and diet. And a lot of people are like, look, we know this has to be something they address, and they are addressing it. So there you go.
The only thing was, one other thing that this manager had said that I was like, He was saying, they are getting in shape like they do for every tour.
Uh-oh.
And
hopefully it's different this time.
Yeah. I was like, for every tour, because I saw that finale show that you guys did. Vince was far from in shape. He was far from hitting the notes.
Uh-oh.
So yeah, I don't know, and he honestly he has a good ways to go. If you've seen recent photos of Vince Neil,
I need to pull up a recent pic.
I think and you had that video that was him in Vegas. Remember when he was out there? He was all hammered.
Yes.
He and Nicolas Cage.
That was a few months back, though. I mean, that's several months back.
I just think Vince still drinks a ton.
I need a current pic.
Okay.
And that's what's going on in your Dirt of the Day. Brought to you by the Little Smiles Holiday Toy Drive. We are well underway. In fact, we have ladies standing by in Dennys studio with piles of toys. And they're dropping them off for the toy drive.
Oh, that's cool.
You can still drop off your toys here at the radio station if you need to. We're a drop-off point, too, to make it easy for you. But if you want to make it really easy, just text to give any donation amount, $10, $20, whatever you have to spare. We will take it and turn it into toys and gift cards for the kids. Just text Give Smiles to 44321.
Coming up here in a couple minutes, Virginia, I am going to size myself up against you, and I'm going to tell you what I'm better at than you are.
Oh, good. We can fight right before the holidays.
Yep, but also what I'm worse at than you. So I'm going to let Denny, Suits, you guys fire off the questions to me here in a couple minutes. Everybody's having to go through this and size themselves up against everybody, so our turn was going to come up.
I feel like we've all done each other, but we haven't.
No, we have not.
Been playing this game for months.
Yeah, well, I need material, Virginia. All right, if you're just tuning in, people saying, hey, what happened to Jaybird? Jaybird threw his back out.
He's laying on the floor.
Yeah, do we know, Dennys, do you have any kind of update as to...
Bird Watch?
Yeah, Bird Watch 2019.
He's still pretty incapacitated. I'll probably go over to his place after work today, kind of see what's going on.
Any truth to the rumor that I heard that he actually soiled himself?
Really? That's a rumor going around here?
I'm starting it.
Okay.
Maybe it happened. There's a possibility.
Okay.
All right, I guess anything's
Have
possible.
fun with that cleanup.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be changing out the bedpan or anything, but I'll definitely see if he's moving or if he's mobile. But yeah, yesterday it was starting to get pretty bad because he started upright, and then slowly as the day went on, he got more crooked.
We were doing a video, and he looks like the Hunchback of Notre Dame in it.
He does, yeah. I think it's we were trying to work on something yesterday, and he had to keep taking breathers. So I was like, "Is your back all right?" And once he got home, it was just hard for him to get up again.
But wouldn't you say that's the time to go see somebody?
You know, Bird.
I do.
Has he ever gone to the doctor?
Let it work itself out, Virginia.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he's not up this week. This is the game of self-assessment, better or worse, more or less. It's all about your self-perception. It doesn't mean you're right or wrong. It's just kind of like, okay, how do you think? How do you size yourself up against somebody? You walk into a room, guys, I think especially do this, especially younger single guys.
Oh,
they
girls
look
do
around
this too.
and they're like, okay, she's prettier than I am. I'm prettier than she is. And so you immediately kind of have that evaluation in your mind.
I think it's a human condition.
It is.
Yeah.
We can't help it.
It is. It's just what we do. And, to me, it's amusing because sometimes you're right on and other times your self-perception is so out of whack. I think it's just entertaining to reveal.
It's all it's biologically tied to survival, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, I
you
think
want to
so.
find
Yeah.
hot mates, so
Yes.
you want to eliminate all the other chicks that aren't as hot as you, so you can hook up with the hottest guy
It is,
and then
yeah.
have the strongest, hottest kid.
That's
Oh,
how
yeah.
we all do it.
Yeah.
It is a biological function of survival.
So
basically what it
I
is.
can't help it that I'm judgy. Don't come down on me.
You really can't.
It's not my fault.
Okay, so I'm sizing myself up against Virginia here today. There's 5 questions I'm going to go through. I'm going to let you guys fire them at me.
Oh,
Let
Dennys
me
is
pick
all
my own.
over this.
Yes. Oh, Dennys has got it.
Oh, yeah, he does.
Okay, I can't wait. Here I am on the hot seat. And Virginia's going to be leering at me the entire time.
Grill him like a fish.
Better not blow this.
Grill him.
Okay, what do we got here? Question 1.
Question 1, Kevin, do you consider yourself at this point more or less successful than Virginia?
More or less successful. Let me give it a quick thought. We're all tied together with KVJ, and so that is part of the issue. Outside of that, Virginia's got the charity stuff, and I have a failed sports show. Just on
Christmas
a
tears?
gosh, on a
Damn.
quick assessment, I really don't have anything other than KVJ.
But you do really good at KVJ.
You do.
Oh my gosh,
Who knew it was going to have to be a pick-me-up?
Gosh. Yeah. No, Virginia's like on the board of Little Smiles, and I'm not on the board of nothing.
She's out in the scene.
Yep. Okay. Thanks.
All right.
I give Virginia the little tip on that.
Question number 2 then. Kevin, do you think you have more or less say in your marriage decisions than Virginia?
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, we're both kind of going through the same issue right now with neck tats. Virginia's husband already pounced on it.
He did.
And you know what? My family last night, they were with me in the assessment from my family. That's not a neck tat. That's so small. That's so insignificant. That's not what they would clarify as a neck tat.
But it's like in his neck area. Damn, your family's calling it
I told my
out.
daughter, I'm like, well, then what would you call it? She's like, behind the ear. Not, I'm like, but it's the neck. So, yeah, so that scares me even more because they don't even put Panda's tattoo in a neck tattoo category.
They don't have respect for it?
They don't have respect for it.
It's not hard enough.
It's not hard enough for my family.
Kevin,
Yeah, I
this
know.
does not bode well for you.
Terrible. So, again, give that to Virginia. Yeah. I'm just getting roughshod. Yeah.
Do your family members have a timeline on when? Because the Queen and your daughter are both interested in getting a front of the neck tat.
Luckily, last night, this is part of the conversation. My daughter, Caitlin, seemed like she was backing off of it.
Okay.
Because she was like, the whole thing is we have this in our will that you have to have your college degree to be included. And so she's working through that. And so I believe she's going to hold off on the neck tat until she has a college degree and maybe some gainful employment. So
That's smart.
Yeah.
yes.
Why be judged for a neck tat before you've even started your career?
Right, yeah, I mean,
It's so much harder.
I got nothing against tattoos. I think they're fine, whatever. But unfortunately, I'm not everyone in planet Earth.
Neck tats are for rich people.
Yeah.
I told that to Panda. I'm like,
Yeah.
look, it's for people that are established. Don't throw David Beckham at me. Don't throw, the Birdman
Right.
from the Heat at me. Those MFers are already rich.
And when it's so ingrained into who you are and what you do. Lil
Exactly.
Wayne, he's all good. Post Malone, all
rich,
good.
Yeah.
rich,
Yeah.
rich.
Go for it.
Set for life. Poor people can't have a neck tat.
Yes.
Write that
Yes.
down.
Get some claim.
That should be a law. Stamp it.
And your children are poor.
Yes.
Because they're still under the Ralston
Yes.
financial umbrella.
Right. So, yeah, that kind of won on that. But the Queen, I don't know. I'm doing all I can to just try to just talk some sense.
I think as Caitlyn goes, so goes
Yes,
the Queen.
big time. Big time.
So if you can win over Caitlyn with rational thinking,
Yep.
you may go through the holidays
And
without a neck tat.
If Caitlin would turn on and be like, yeah, it's not really that cool, Mom, then I might win. I might win.
You need to slide her some Christmas cash for that stance.
Oh, you're right. That's the only. Yeah,
Don't
she
be
reacts
above
to cash.
bribing your children.
Yeah, I always have. Okay, question 3 here.
All right, you guys are roughly the same age. I mean,
Yep.
Kevin's into keto.
Yeah, I'm a
you
month
do the
older.
quick weight loss.
Kevin's born in June. I'm born in July. Same year.
So, Kevin,
Yes.
who do you think aged better out of you and Virginia? Do you think you aged better at this point, or Virginia's aged better?
I just got another round of Botox. I mean, the fresh non-movement of the forehead area is very fresh. I can't.
Yeah.
I'm trying to move it right now. I'm trying.
Yeah, she does. She does a lot of stuff. She's really fighting the game and working the hair, all that. Obviously, I'm putting a lot of effort. I'm putting in a lot of effort to look like this.
You're putting in the
and
hair
that's a
effort
challenge.
though, and your hair looks better than it did 10 years ago.
Yeah, there's one weird thing that I think tips on this is I'm getting older. My eyes are looking more frightening, and. I look back and I wasn't that terrifying. Like my eyes weren't as bad in my 20s. When I first got to town, I looked at some of those. They were softer. Don't you agree?
Yeah, I do.
And that's the problem. So
I don't know how to fix it either. I usually have the plastic surgery.
How do you fix this? You can't fix that.
Is it from looking at prep?
I don't know what it is. Yeah, I think I'm holding my own with Virginia, but the eyes that's my downfall. They're throwing me off.
Your body looks better, though.
A little bit tighter, a little bit, but I'm putting some time in the gym. Once you get back in the gym, you'll be good. Or get another round of lipo.
I don't know if I'm going to see the gym.
Okay. All right. So because of my eyes, it's close, neck and neck.
Well, here's one for Kevin then.
Yeah,
Question
I need to
4.
win one. Can you give me a question I win?
Kevin, do you think you got better or worse hair than Virginia? It's popping today.
Well,
It is. Your hair is popping.
Yeah.
And mine is getting really flat. I've noticed, with age comes the thinning.
Oh, yeah.
And I haven't done fake hair.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, until Virginia does, I got to give myself something.
I knew it.
I'm sorry.
You spent all this money.
I got to give myself something on this damn list. I'm down to question 4. Okay, fine. I'm going to give myself better hair than Virginia. All right.
Final question.
Yes.
Kevin, do you consider yourself more or less adventurous in bed than Virginia?
Oh, boy. We're both pretty boring from what I hear.
That's why I threw it in there. Who's less vanilla?
Okay. When I used to get some, I would crazy places, lots of different locales, instances.
You and the Queen, when you guys
Yes.
first got together,
Right.
they were randy.
Right.
They came over to my house one time, and I lived on the Ermine River or whatever, that backwater.
Yeah.
And they went on somebody's boat that they didn't even know
Yeah.
and got busy on this
Yeah.
dude's boat.
So given to my own devices, yes, I think I'm naturally more frisky. If I had the opportunity, I would be more adventurous in bed than Virginia.
I'll give it to you.
Yeah, okay.
It's good to see where you rate yourself in the scale.
It's not good.
He hasn't put it in practice in a while.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, we won't get into that. I just started to feel better at the end there, Virginia. We'll leave it at that. Coming up here in just a couple of minutes, I always love these stories. How you busted your cheater. You know, in fact, I just thought about that because we were talking about the people who take photos on phones and it gets thrown. Like, a lot of people are getting busted. That my family has that. I don't even know really how it got turned on or why it's that way, but our photos all go to one album. So if
shared photos.
Yeah, so like if one of my kids kind of take a questionable photo, I'm like, all right, what are we doing here? You know, I've had a few things where I had to look and be like, all right, what's going on here? So yeah, so
it's good for you to watch them. It's not good if you want to take any fun photos.
I know. I don't know really how to do that because it immediately goes to that album. I got to figure out how to take a photo with my phone that would be Randy without the entire family, and that's 4 other people on it. Being able to see it right away.
Kind of a good thing that the Queen wants nothing to do with sexting you.
Yeah, right. Yes, I haven't been tripped up. Okay, yeah, so how you busted your cheater. You can let us know. Call text 877-979-WRMF, 877-979-9763. All right, how did you bust your cheater? I always like looking at this and try to find the 3 best stories that people text to us every single week here. Hook you up with some good stuff. Got a lot of theater tickets. We're kind of like in that season.
Oh, it's perfect, though. Take the family to go see a beautiful holiday theater experience.
Yes, and this seems fitting for this topic. The Naked Magicians coming to the Kravis Center on January 13th. So,
okay, I don't want them a part of my holiday.
Naked. Huzzah! What all do they make disappear? And how? How you busted your cheater? Somebody said, yes, my phone was turned off while charging. My sister was trying to reach me. She called my ex-husband's phone, and while talking to her, a message came in that read, "Hi, Daddy, I'm home." When I showed my ex the message, he turned white as a ghost.
Oh,
that still does a lot of people in because text messages pop up on your phone.
They do.
Just on the screen. And is there a way to turn that off? And I'd imagine if you can, and if you are a cheater, you really need to turn that off, do you not?
I think there has to be, right? You have to turn off the notifications. You can turn off notifications of anything.
Okay.
Turn off your text notifications if you're cheating, you big dummy.
I would think so, but I haven't heard that definitely. Somebody said, yeah, my friend left his work phone in his wife's car by mistake. Used Find My Phone at work because he couldn't find it, and it showed up at a motel. He went over to see if it was stolen and to get it back because there was a lot of sensitive information on the phone. Saw his wife's car in the parking lot.
And realized she was hooking up.
She was hooking up.
Damn, that
didn't even mean to.
That is a terrible way to find out.
All this technology, everything, it is so much harder to be a cheater than it was back in the day before at Virginia.
I know. I got a tracker on you. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you'll find nothing. I'll tell you where
it's the most boring tracking I've ever done.
My friend was cheating on his wife and went to a girl's house one night for a friend's hangout, and his wife was there with another guy.
Whoa.
That's kind of odd. That's why you got to really know your friend circles.
You walk into the party and your wife's there on a date?
Yes, on a date. So there you go.
Awkward.
Pretty solid stories.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
The one story I just cannot believe and fathom is what is going on in the Rio Vista neighborhood in Fort Lauderdale. They are still pumping poo into the streets and into the Tarpon River.
Still?
Millions of gallons, they say, have now been pumped.
This has been going on
I think it's like been at least a solid week.
Yeah, we heard this last week.
Yeah, they say in a lot of the homes that are right there, like the smell is just unbearable. Like people are trying to light a fire to just, which it seems like that could be very dangerous because, you know, you spark that up and you might have an explosion on your hands. I don't even know. I just can't imagine.
That'd be awful.
Well, here you are, and I mean, this is the time of year too, other than a hurricane, where you're going to be like trapped in your home, basically. You know, for the holidays.
Yeah, doesn't methane like build up? I don't know where it's gathering, but that's just gross.
Let's just light a fire; it'll smell a lot better.
If anybody sets off fireworks or does anything tricky.
Yeah, I know. That's just crazy, but that's still going down. So that was the update on it, and it's just flowing. Yeah, they're telling you not to flush your toilet either because it'll just wind up in your front yard. That's so gross.
That's terrible.
I couldn't even imagine.
They're telling everybody, if y'all live here, poop at work.
Yeah, it's a nightmare. It's a crazy story. For the second time this year, a dead body was found in a porta potty at the stadium where the Baltimore Ravens play.
Is this like a serial killer, or is this where people that have murdered are now dumping the bodies and they know that it's a good hiding spot?
Great question. Don't even know. There's not really any details that I have right now. There's an autopsy they're conducting. The latest victim is a 26-year-old man that was in there, and I don't think they're necessarily related, though the previous death might have even been more horrific. I guess we got to wait on this guy's autopsy to find out what the cause of death was. But back in February, a guy died after he caught on fire while inside a burning porta potty.
Oh my gosh.
3 porta potties were burnt in the incident, and it's still unclear what happened. This guy burned to death inside a porta potty. What a terrible way to go.
Oh my gosh.
Terrible way to go. They don't think there's a link to these 2 deaths, but
still,
I mean, not that I want to use a porta potty anyway. But if I'm going to a Ravens game, do not go into the porta potties of death.
Hold it.
Unbelievable. There's a guy in England that sprayed way too much air freshener in his car while sitting in traffic on Saturday, and then lit a cigarette. Do you see a problem, Virginia?
Did it blow?
It's as bad an idea as lighting a fire when you got poo pouring into your front yard. Yes, blew out all his windows.
Oh my gosh.
Somehow he wasn't seriously injured. I don't know how.
He is lucky.
Oh, yeah, he was. There's a guy in England that got busted for driving without a left front tire on Saturday.
That's going to definitely get the attention.
Yeah. How does that even happen, you might ask? Apparently, he was so plowed, he didn't even realize that it was missing. So he got a DUI in the whole process. And what happened to it, I have no idea. Did he take it off? Did somebody take it off? Why was he missing a tire on his car?
Maybe somebody took it off trying to keep him from driving drunk.
Yeah,
but he
right.
was so drunk
that he's like, I'll show you, and took off anyway.
Oh my goodness.
There's a man in Hudson, Florida that was playing a little game of cowboy. Apparently, you play cowboy, you got the holster on, you're spinning the gun around, all that kind of stuff. He wound up shooting himself, Virginia.
Did he shoot himself in the junk?
I don't know that he shot himself in the junk, because I'm sure if that was such a great detail, they would have had that in the story. They do have that he was trying to tell the authorities that he was in the woods and someone there shot him. And they're like, well, who shot you? I didn't see them.
I didn't see him. It was a masked man.
You were just in the woods and someone just randomly shot you in the woods.
The cops always figure it out. Don't lie to the cops.
Yeah.
Do you watch any kind of Dateline or 2020? Just don't lie to the cops. They always figure it out.
Well, there was a problem because, when they did ballistics and you could see what kind of bullet it was, they're like, well, that is kind of odd because you don't own a gun because you can't. You're a convicted felon. So that would be illegal for you to own a gun. And that's why he was trying to tell him he's playing cowboy. Now he's been charged with a felon in possession of a firearm. So there you go.
Dummy.
Big dummy. A woman in Gulfport, Florida has been charged with neglect for leaving her 3 kids in a bus overnight while she went on a boat to smoke weed.
You can't do that?
Nah, you can't do that. Yeah, that's not something they really...
That changes my weekend plans.
Yes, there you go. They're not a big... They do frown on that. And this could be a great stocking stuffer. There's a porn site called Cam Soda that just announced a new product. It's a bike seat cover that has room for you to slide in a vibrating love toy.
This is a terrible idea, y'all.
Oh, it would make bike riding more enjoyable, would it not?
Isn't it hard enough to ride a bike with the cars and pedestrians? And
Right. On top of it, you got that going on?
I want to buy it for Jaybird, though. I really do. I would love to see him give it a spin.
Yeah, the bike you never get off of. You could pre-order one for just $30.
That's it?
Yeah, at Cam Soda.
What a bargain.
You want a vibrating bicycle seat, you can go find one today. Because what's happening is you got the mobile app, so Facebook is actually watching you make purchases in physical stores in order to show you relevant ads on its platform. So you now could just be walking by something and it'd be like, ding, hey, I just walked past the Frosted Flakes. What do you know? A coupon for Frosted Flakes.
That's crazy.
It is crazy
It's
because
genius, though.
It is. I mean, now you save it, but here's the problem. It's great if you needed Frosted Flakes. But when your fat ass didn't need Frosted Flakes, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, well, I can't walk past that. I have a coupon. No.
They know what they're doing.
They do know what they're doing, yeah. So they have apparently partnered with several retailers to gather customer data, looking through profiles and, getting more information on you so that they can do that. Apparently, users can opt out of being served these ads by selecting ads in the Facebook settings and choosing not allowed under ads based on data from partners. See, that's the problem.
You got to find it to click off on it. It takes you 20 minutes to find it.
It does. You can't find anything. And then just as soon as you start to figure out the platform, they change it.
Dennys!
And hide everything.
You got to turn all of our settings off on our phone.
Gosh.
I'll never find that.
No. So here's what it is. Again, you got to select ads in Facebook settings and then choosing not allowed under ads based on data from partners. Good luck.
Data from partners. I hate that when you have to like click this box so we don't share all your information with partners. If you forget to click the box, good luck. I
Yeah.
got robocalls from somebody trying to sell me a cruise solid 5 times a day for about a month. I wanted to put my phone through the TV.
And the thing I don't get, same thing. I've got some emails now, and I've always tried to protect like my personal email. Like that's the one I don't want to get junked up. I used to have like a junk email where it's like if I signed up for anything, I did that. Somehow now I'm getting these emails to my private email where I need to know what's going on, because that's where somebody sends me, like, Kevin, this is deadline at noon today. And, I had...
8 ads from Groupon, and you missed the one from your employer.
So I've had that from something it's totally unrelated. It's like Minnesota health tips. And I'm like...
That's because our company is based out of Minnesota.
Yeah.
They think you're in Minnesota.
So I don't need this. And
this is the opposite of Minnesota, by the way.
Yes, that's why it's like how to prevent frostbite. I'm good.
I'm good.
Unless I get locked in a walk-in freezer, I'm gonna be fine.
Which could happen.
It could happen.
We
Yeah.
could have gone in there to cool down.
Yes, it could happen. But I don't feel like I need this. So I go in there and I unsubscribe like you're supposed to, and they don't care.
No.
I'm still getting them. I'm like, what has happened that unsubscribe doesn't mean anything anymore?
I think unsubscribe means add me twice.
I believe that,
you start getting double when
Yeah.
you click
I have.
unsubscribe.
I have. It's only increased the traffic that I don't want on that one email address.
Well,
And-
when you don't go to Minnesota, you'll be fine.
And what do you know? I missed an important deadline on Friday, Virginia, and I'm in trouble today. So, yeah, that's what happens. All because of Minnesota health. Yeah, and there's another expert. I was reading this article giving out some tips to stop advertisers from following you online, including blocking third-party cookies in your browser. They say if you're shopping or searching for products online, the expert suggests switching your browser to incognito mode. Apparently, this private mode removes most cookies collected when you load a web page.
Really?
And you can also use a virtual private network or a VPN that'll increase your privacy and security by encrypting your data.
That sounds expensive, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
How much does a VPN cost?
Dennys only about VPN yeah. He said it's like $2.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, doesn't sound like it's too bad, but if you're dumb when it comes to this kind of stuff like me.
Yeah, Dennys, we're dumb.
Yeah.
What's a VPN and how much is it going to set us back?
Virtual private network. Yeah, it's not much at all. They got one called like Hydro Ass, and it's
Hydro Ass?
Hydro Ass.
Hide
Oh,
yo
Hydro
ass.
Ass. Oh, like Hydro Ass.
Private VPN. Well, so yeah, it's
just, I've had that once or twice.
Hydro
It's
Ass.
terrible.
Too much beef.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's relatively inexpensive. It could be anywhere from like $2 to $8 a month,
Okay.
depending on what you want. And it's just a private network where you can it hides your ass.
Are you on it?
Yeah, well, so your IP, your whoever your subscriber is, be Comcast or whoever, that's your internet provider. That's your service provider. So when you use a virtual network, they don't have access to your information from what you're doing. And you can actually even appear as if you're from another country. In fact, you can access other countries' internets.
Should have known you would have all this
Oh, yeah.
slippery information.
He's a smart boy.
The VPN's pretty good. It's just good to protect all your information because think all your banking information, everything you have is on the internet somewhere. It's somewhere in the
Yeah.
internet, and if somebody's smart enough to figure out how the heck to get into it, they can take your information.
Oh, they can take my debt? Because that's all I got.
They'll leave you with that.
Come hack me and take all my bills.
Yeah.
There's no cash flow.
Is this true? Somebody texted in and said, when you unsubscribe, all it does is verify somebody's using the email.
That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard.
That is
Gosh.
cold.
I think by law though, they eventually maybe they're giving you
should
a
have
fake
to.
subscribe button. You got to look and make sure.
That is messed up. You've just verified your account and now you get more.
Yeah, they're like, yep, he's there. Go
He's
get him.
there. Not only is he there, but let's send him stuff for our partners too.
Wow. Gosh, this is not fair anymore.
You're going to get every ad from Minnesota.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Snow boots.
I guess I hear Minnesota.
Snow skis.
Yeah. What they are saying about the movie is apparently it moves very fast. There is a lot that is kind of crammed into it. There is a lot of fandom that they call, so there's things like you would want to see. If you think about your favorite movie, Virginia, they would tie in little things like that. Like if it's Clueless, what is it, Bend and Snap? You know, there would be little references to things like that you love.
Love it.
So they do have a lot of that, but they said that by the end, a lot of people are walking out kind of perplexed, like, okay, wait a minute. Just a lot of things you got to think about and some things that don't necessarily tie together. So I would say of the reviews that I read, 2/3 were positive, 1/3 was average to less.
Nobody likes holes in the plot or things that don't finish the circle of what happened with that.
Yes, that kind of seems like, that might have been it. So it does sound like it is better than The Last Jedi, which is the last movie that came out, from what people are saying, from what I'm reading right now. So there you go. That's kind of it. That is going to be one of the big things going on this weekend is the new Star Wars movie is going to be out for people to check out. Do you have anything big going on this weekend, Virginia?
I do. So we leave on Friday to go to Nashville. My whole family on my dad's side is converging. We're going to do a party on Saturday, and then we're going to do the Saints game on Sunday.
Okay.
Yes. Both my sisters will be there. And I think my brother will be there too. But I focus on the sisters.
Okay.
I'm a girl's girl.
All right. This weekend, you got some fun stuff going on. Everything from the Boca Raton Bowl with FAU, Fighting Owls, taking on SMU. That's going to be 3:30 Saturday at FAU Stadium. Get your tickets online right now. You can go and check those out. Jonas Brothers is going to be in town on Sunday with Khalid and Niall Horan. So just some of the stuff that is going to be going down. We'll give you the whole rundown. If you go sign up for the KVJ E-Blast, you can get all the cool weekend events. They're going to be right there and posted for you. Easy to see. If you go to kvjshow.com, it's in the upper right-hand corner. Go to our Facebook page, and it's right at the top. You simply put in your email address, and you'll get that. All those events going to be happening, also cool videos, other things happening. And maybe today we'll put on the E-Blast, the holiday cocktail list. So if you're trying to make some holiday cocktails, our audience had some really good ones. It was Santa's Tears. Was that one?
Santa's Tears.
That was maybe my favorite cocktail name. So we'll make sure we put that on the list. Dennys has got a big responsibility here in a second. Jaybird threw his back out. Have we heard anything more from Jaybird? Any prognosis on what is going on with this?
Just grunts and moans.
Grunts and
of
moans.
Pain.
I don't think he can get up. So after rap today, I'm going to go over there and check him out.
And you know he must be hurting because he told Dennys he thinks he needs to take my advice and go see the chiropractor that I've been telling him to go see for days now.
I think he's taking it seriously now.
You know he's in pain when he's saying I'm right.
Okay. Now, is he? So he was laying on the floor with his dog Chewy last night. Is that what it was? And he just couldn't get up today?
Yeah, I think it's from sleeping poorly. He was having back issues earlier this week, and I think from sleeping down there hasn't helped at all. But he must have pulled or bent or something swollen down there. He can't even. He was walking, like a 90-degree angle yesterday.
Ugh.
Oddly enough, he was kind of walking a little bit like Bigfoot.
Yeah, he was swinging his arms too.
Yeah, he really was. It's kind of ironic.
Oh, Jaybird, we found Bigfoot. It's you.
Hey, right. He'll be his own Bigfoot sighting. All right, so Denny's going to be taking over the thought for the day. We got that coming up here in just a second. Got a nice little hashtag be cool. Remember from Forrest Gump, Lieutenant Dan?
Yes.
Gary Sinise, in that movie and the armed services, he's wounded and loses his legs.
He does a lot of beautiful work for wounded warriors.
Yeah, he does. Absolutely. That really is kind of that role has set a tone for him in his life.
Yes.
And he has a charitable foundation where they just treated 1,700 Gold Star kids to a Disney vacation in Orlando. Now, these are kids who've had an immediate family member die in the service.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, and so he said the important ingredient is that these kids meet each other and they know that they're not alone because that would be tough. They are without a parent typically. Who's died in combat and service, and so he took him to Disney. I thought that was really awesome.
Good for him.
And a quick little shout out here to longtime listener Joanne. She was just promoted with PBSO. She's been an amazing deputy and truly loves her job and the people she serves. So I want to give you a nice little congrats on that. So a little positivity here. Jaybird is throwing out his back. Hopefully he'll be back with us tomorrow. So his boy Dennys is stepping in here today for the thought of the day.
Oh, yeah. And this one is aimed right for Jaybird, too, with his back problem.
Are you listening, Bird?
Yep.
Although the world is full of suffering, it is also full of overcoming it.
That's true.
You're right.
It was brilliant. How about that, huh?
I mean, Dennys, you're good.
Just good stuff.
Well, thanks. I'll be here all week.
Amazing. Amazing.
Your decision-making skills are on point. You're listening to the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.